love the brand. So this is quite, for now, what we want to do. Well, I'm such a fan of the material itself because, you know, it's so versatile in a way. You can, depending on the kind of quality you select, you can like do the softest and sensual women's dress. You can do like a leather men's jacket with a kind of tough attitude. You can play with it, you can weave it, you can laser cut it, you can paint on it, and you can have like a more experimental approach on it. You can have like a most minimal to it, but in the end everything you do with leather looks very elevated, and that's why I really like it. It's just that you want to make it look cool in a way, so this was the aim, and also I pushed for it and I wanted to use it a lot, try to break it down with looks that usually you don't see of people wearing Gomminos, just to have like create like a wider approach and like try to involve more people and get people into it without like changing it too much. I think it's nice to start from like what is the icon and then start butch. Actually, it was like a shoes that I found in the archive when I went the first time in the factory. Classic shape on a Gommino construction, and I said, oh, this is so nice, let's redo it. So I had to do them like for me. I think it was nice also to give an homage to what the brand is famous for. Yeah, when I started working on last show, actually the tailoring and the kind of shapes I wanted to create was the first thing that I had like very clear in my mind. I wanted to have something quite sharp in the shoulder, but relaxed in the body, and that was very recognizable as kind of a men's classic code, like as if you steal from the wardrobe of your boyfriend or your father, let's say. And also in the use of materials, I wanted to stay really close to how tailoring should look like. It's something, yes, obviously comes from like the kind of tailoring tradition that is quite typical from Italian savoir-faire. So that was the idea. Well, I think, as I said before, thoughts resonate for some kind of specific approach to dressing and lifestyle in a way. We want to talk obviously about Italianism and what represents Italian, trying to have like a kind of different approach, let's say, without trying to avoid to be too literal, and also like, for example, the location of last show is such a unique place that you can find only in Milan, and speaks for what Italy is, but it's so unusual because I think no one ever did like a show before in like a tram depot. So I think we wanna obviously keep in mind what the brand is and not do like a revolution, but keeping in mind the work around and trying to create like a new image that is more contemporary in a way. Obviously, there was a lot of tailoring, as we were talking before. It's like the first things that I had in mind when we started, that I wanted to create like this kind of sharp shoulder, kind of bold, that was very connected to what is like classic men's tailoring. So using kind of double wool, structured in melange colors, just to give that kind of grandpa attitude, but in a cool way, obviously. And also using like English classic fabric with micro designs. And it's something that we continued also for the men's presentation that was yesterday, because you had like this kind of relaxed one single-breasted suit in linen and in leather, matching the undershirt that also had like a kind of like little structure, like a tailored construction too. So this was the aim, and also I think it resonates with the idea of like creating like corner stores of like a kind of a wardrobe, So you start like identifying which is the shape we want to keep going on season by season and evolve on that. So we started quite essential in a way. The approach in general was like trying to keep it as essential as possible and without no time connotation. So it's a coat that you can wear like during the years. That's the idea.
I know it's too hard for like.
One look. Well, for me, from last winter show, I think my favorite one was the white trench coat with the denim pants and the Yorkie fringe Gommino. I think it's quite iconic in a way. This was my favorite. Well, the approach, it was like to start from what Tod's was famous for. So we started from the idea of the DEI bag that was that Lady D was wearing all the time, and tried to shuffle it and reinvent it. The folio was like a minimalized version of it, like super soft. Well, actually, but this is a version from last pre-collection. It's so minimal, it's so pure in this design, and it's called folio because it has like this kind of opening that it looks like as you plate like a piece of paper. Well, I think the aim is to continue to elevate the perception of the brand, but keeping in mind the relaxed approach and the joyful approach, and make them love the brand. So this is quite, for now, what we want to do.
This last sentence is really touching.
Really, thank you.